My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Cancers. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For this evening, I'm going to be doing your general reading, your past, present, future, and 9 card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, and finish off with 3 yes or no answers for thee. So let's get started with your reading. Okay, the general card is the Ace of Cups. Ooh, one of your beautiful cards. Some kind of offering. So you start off in the past with 10 of Cups reversed. My goodness. Page of Wands reversed. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And here comes the beautiful Empress. And the beautiful sun that broke through this thunderstorm. Okay. Yeah, it looked like it kind of started off a little bit uncertain, especially when we look at both of these cards. Because 10 of Cups is kind of like maybe some big loss of some kind, no happy home, happy earth, happy family, maybe some kind of breakup or divorce, or maybe, it's like some kind of loss of confidence or some kind of like abundance that didn't really, work out in your favor and stuff like that. Or maybe this was some kind of sacrifice that had to happen because you're out with the old and in with the new. So maybe you actually had to experience something like this. Like maybe this is a bit of a self-reflection kind of moment. Because with the 10 of Cups reversed, it's like having no kind of confidence within yourself. And here you are pretty much just thinking, goodness, I just feel unprepared about even getting out into this world. What have you in other ways. But here's the beautiful Empress of abundance, new beginnings, fertility, what have you in other ways as well. So I feel like that, sometimes we experience these struggles in our lives to actually remind us either A, please don't give up, but B, it's also kind of like internal valuable lessons that more or less is kind of enhance our motivation and inspiration to be heading off towards new beginnings and abundance in other ways as well. But anyway, we'll move on towards current times. Because we start off in current times, ooh, Magician. 5 of Cups reversed, and then the Star Wish Fulfillment reversed Aquarius, so I'm not allowed to show it. So we have it in reverse now. So what I'm seeing here is, you're trying to manifest something, you're trying to revive something, you're trying to get something started up again. Because with the Empress of actually being maybe presented with this new abundant opportunity, well, you're going to be manifesting something, or maybe you are manifesting something right now, and you're kind of recovering from some form of disappointment. But yet you don't get any kind of star wish fulfilled, coming up. Sad but true. Sometimes these situations happen, it's like first you get hit with a low point, then you try to revive it back up, and then here it is pretty much still in the up form, and then it starts kind of going down in this way. So it's kind of like one of those graphs, that go up and down, up and down, up and down, and so forth and what have you. But this could also be a star wish fulfillment that was not quite ready to actually show up as of yet. But we'll still have to clarify that. But anyway, we'll move on towards the future. Because you start off with 5 of Wands reversed of like maybe, okay, but we'll get to that. And then you get the 5 of Swords reversed. And then you're back to the 2 of Wands again. Yeah, the thing is I feel like that maybe this could have also been some kind of job hunt, audition, or something. Because, like, with the 5 of Wands upright, it's like conflict and competition, but since it came in reverse, it's kind of like forgiving your competitors. Because maybe you were trying to approach this new, beautiful job opportunity. Maybe you were heading down to some beautiful top tier college or university and stuff like that. Yes, you were manifesting, hopefully achieving, maybe by taking entrance exams and stuff like that, but it didn't work. So here you are more or less forgiving your competitors, and they're thinking, okay, it didn't work out for me, and that's why I just, I can't proceed with this voyage as in current times right now. Yeah. Well, we'll have to look at some clarification because, it's like, it doesn't mean it's all game over because we still have to look at the clarification and stuff like that, but it's also just a general reading, so it doesn't have to be resonating for any Cancer or Cancer placements in this world. So for 10 of Cups reversed, you got the High Priestess. So maybe you lacked confidence within yourself, but then you had the beautiful high priestess to actually just remind you of all of your strengths and capabilities, and maybe that's what actually motivated you, to open up the door of opportunity for the Empress. So I sometimes feel like these situations sometimes have to happen, where you pretty much, have to hit like a low point, and then suddenly, all of your strengths, your memories, your thoughts, are kind of like extending, its hand towards you and saying, okay, I know you just fell really hard right now, but let's try to get you back on your feet with all of these very beautiful positive memories and, recognitions and acknowledgments in other ways as well. Because for the Page of Wands, because the High Priestess has her upper book of knowledge, so this is practically like your past experiences, everything that you probably gained and accumulated over the past, that more or less is kind of, will put you in a position where you are in right now. Because with the Page of Wands reverse, you get the Prince of Skulls. So maybe you actually have to wait for something, and that's what actually is, you were waiting for the Empress. So here you are pretty much not doing anything because you were waiting for the Knight of Pentacles, also known as the Prince of Coins or Skulls, to show up into your current position. Or at least for the Empress. So sometimes, it's like, okay, you experience like a negative event, any kind of like setback, disappointment and stuff like that. You try to, regain your sense of self again. So here you are pretty much just thinking, okay, now we're going to have to maybe go into a bit of healing, maybe patience, waiting, what have you. But here you are definitely waiting, and that's why, there was no movement in your past. Yep, but this could have also been that you didn't feel incredibly prepared, so you were actually waiting for, the big moment to actually approach you in other ways as well. Because for the Empress, new beginnings, abundance, fertility, and what have you, you get Judgment, Scorpio energy, and this probably took place during Scorpio season, which we are currently still in now. So here I just actually see that there's definitely, you were waiting for this new opportunity and this big grand announcement to take place. Fabulous. And that's the thing. It's, it's like, it's pretty much how, you gain a lot of inside experiences. You experience like the positives, hopefully, or sometimes even the negatives. Usually those are silver lining moments that could, somehow, benefit you either way. But here there was some big grand announcement taking place. And that's because, you just had the patience to wait. So I feel like that patience eventually paid off. Because for wanting to manifest something, okay, then you get the Three of Swords, one of the cards I pulled for the Vampire. So here you could be trying to manifest something, or you're trying to create something, but yet you get hit with some kind of heartbreak in other ways as well. So I just feel like that maybe, this is you trying to, get back onto your feet, but then somehow you aren't metaphorically strong enough in your shoes to actually proceed with something. So you tried something out, but it didn't really work out with the heartbreak moment. Yeah, it's like, I'm sure there was something really, top tier, that you're probably heading down towards in other ways. Because, if you feel like that you're creating something and it's not working out for you, maybe, try to, to gather alternative resources or metaphorical ingredients. Or maybe you have to choose a different path. Because it's, it really depends on everybody's situation. But personally, I feel like, it's always good to try out different flavors. And if something just doesn't work out, you could always, stick to it and think, no, I'm just not going to give up. But it could also be that you just think, what, I want to try something different. So, for Five of Cups reversed, of overcoming some form of disappointment, you get the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like that this is kind of like, one of those graphs of going up and down, up and down. So this is kind of like your up moment. So the thing is sometimes, these situations, take place for a reason, because they actually more or less just guide you towards a beautiful Wheel of Fortune kind of moment. Maybe you are definitely going to win some, fortune, some of whatever it may be in other ways. And that's why, I think the Star Wish fulfillment probably came in reverse, because this was actually, probably way better, or maybe this could have already been your Star Wish fulfillment in other ways as well. So, but anyway, I just feel like that, you're gaining so much knowledge, insight, experiences, you're Cancer, you're the mother of the zodiacs, you're loving, caring, supportive, nurturing, healing, but you also have beautiful intuition and senses. My rising sign is definitely Cancer, so I feel like that sometimes I have this kind of need and desire to want to nurture and care for other people as well. That's why I even invited my human familiar to come and live with me. But other than that, I feel like, okay, these are valuable moments in your life. Because for the Star Wish fulfillment in reverse Aquarius energy, you get 4 of Swords. So maybe you didn't quite get what you wanted, wish, dream, and desire, but here you are actually recovering from it. You're healing. You're just resting up and thinking, okay, I didn't get what I wanted, but here, it's like I feel like that we'll have to actually, just wait for more opportunities. You could be definitely waiting for, more grand, ideas and moments taking place. And sometimes the thing is detours or taking, different paths. It's like a lot of humans, they, go to college and stuff like that, and then they choose a major and a minor. This is what the human even told me based off of his experience, is that, he was, also, I think he wanted to study psychology and stuff like that, but then he heard from some other person how there are a lot of, psychology, opportunities out in this world, but then, he wanted to choose something different. And so he was practically so constantly in the transitioning phase of changing, ideas and paths and voyages as well. So here you are pretty much as in the process of recovering in other ways real soon, because of that 3 of Swords. Because, by forgiving your competitors, or even, how you're forgiving the 3 of Swords, you get the 7 of Grails. So the 7 of Grails is how you're pretty much actually, thinking, okay, I'm actually finally healed. I didn't get what I wanted, dreamed, wished, and desired. Because let's say, that you were actually an entrepreneur, or you're creating some kind of product, idea, what have you, in other ways as well. And here, somebody was trying to invest in you, but then it didn't work out immediately. So here you are just thinking, okay, we're just going to kind of maybe let go of this voyage or quest, because here you could also be choosing alternative options with the 7 of Grails. Because by having to let go of something, or maybe, it's like, by choosing a different path, you get an official Star Wish fulfillment. So congratulations. Real fabulous work. And this is what I love to see. And sometimes you do have to kind of let go of what's not benefiting you or working out for you. And then, you try something different, and then suddenly, it's like everything is just working out for you. And that's what I love to see. Is, it's just, sometimes you just have to have this like kind of rebirthing moment in other ways as well. And by having to let go, or maybe, admit defeat in other ways by saying, okay, I'm just going to, give up on this one beautiful idea that I once had in mind and stuff like that, this Empress or what have you, or even the Magician and stuff like that, because here you are definitely getting some very beautiful outcome. Because even though it may not seem like there's going to be any kind of movement, or maybe you still feel a little bit uncertain about heading out into the future, you get the Lord of Grails, one of your beautiful cards. So this is you actually being in one of your, beautiful, strong and confident positions in the future, because you're going to be offered a diplomatic offering real soon. So I feel like that today's reading, it's not all just glamorous, but I feel like that today's reading is a very beautiful, valuable lesson, is to actually choose what whatever, works out and stuff like that. I mean, the thing is, it's like, I chose, to become a tarot reader, even though I'm a vampire. I chose, and the human, pretty much chose to become my familiar, even though he probably still had, many options and opportunities, regarding careers or connections and networking that he could have done, but instead, he decided he wanted to live with a vampire instead. Okay, his choice and prerogative, what have you. I mean, but anyway, I just think it's rather funny in other ways as well. But I just see that there's definitely something heading off towards you, or maybe you're going to take off, even though you might not feel incredibly confident about that Star Wish fulfillment as well. Because your special vampire card, 3 of Wands, you're definitely going out on this journey. So I think whatever, you have to do is sometimes you just have to think, okay, we're just going to actually, head out into this world. We tried something, it didn't work out, so now we're going to try something new again, or maybe this is you trying to revive something, but there's definitely movement on its way. And that's what I already see you doing, as even the King of Cups, the Lord of Grails, even though you might feel a little bit uncomfortable or uncertain about proceeding with this new Star Wish fulfillment, but I do see you heading out. Because Oracle wants to say resurrection. reprise, recovery, and comeback. So here you are pretty much having this very beautiful rebirthing taking place, and I'm just so beyond proud of you if you actually proceed with this. Because sometimes, it's like you have your ups and downs, it's like I had my ups in many ways, and then suddenly I get hit with so many downs, and then when I started this technology thing with the, help and support and guidance of the human familiar, then, that brought up my ups again and stuff like that. But I feel like that you're definitely going in through this very beautiful resurrecting moment, and that's what's actually proving with the King of Cups in the future. Wow. Because, the general card is definitely about this abundant offering. So I feel like that, it's like, maybe feel a little bit uncertain, maybe a little bit nervous or what have you about any kind of offerings and stuff like that. But sometimes it's good to kind of proceed with it, even if you could potentially face like Three of Swords moments in other ways as well. But it's pretty much, about, nothing ventured is nothing gained. So anyway, I'm going to have to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered. For number 1, you do get a no with the Page of Wands reversed. For number 2, you get a second no with the 9 of Wands reversed. And then you get a yes for number 3 with the 8 of Pentacles upright. So you do get 2, or well, yeah, you do get 1 yes, but also maybe 2 no's if they can still benefit you either way. But anyway, I'm going to have to leave it at this for my beautiful Cancers and Cancer placements out in this world. But if this reading resonated for any of you out in this world, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys incredibly. I think that this is a very, very beautiful, valuable lesson to actually, just remind yourself of your qualities and the facts that you probably still have more crossroads and options to head off towards in other ways as well. But I see also incredible hard work taking place, even though that is a yes answer, stuff like that as well. But anyway, in a few days, I'm going back to love readings, but I'm also open for personal readings, and all you have to do is please let me know in the comment section below that you want a personal reading. I'll respond to you with my email, but other than that, I love you guys incredibly, and as per usual, take excellent good care of yourselves.